Welcome, everybody. My name is Greg Higgins. I am actually subbing as chair for Ed Nardi of the Natural Resource Commission. I'm calling this public meeting to order at 7 p.m. on December 16th, 2020, in accordance with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Executive Order of March 12 of 2020, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting bylaw, open meeting law. We are conducting this meeting virtually. To ensure public access to the deliberations of the meeting, the public may access this call through video conferencing or telephone. Following the presentation by a petitioner and questions from the commission, members of the public will have the opportunity to ask questions and provide public comment. Please identify yourself with your name and address for the record. You can also raise your hand from your phone by dialing *9. All video screens will be turned off with the exception of the commissioners, Delia, which is now Colleen, stepping in, and the current petitioner. Once the commission has acted on an application, the petitioner is free to leave the meeting, of course. Screen sharing will not be permitted unless absolutely necessary. All votes will be taken by roll call vote. In the event of a technical difficulties, all matters on the agenda that have not been heard will automatically continue to the January 6, 2021 NRC meeting. At this time, I would like to ask the commissioners to introduce themselves. Please go, Judy.
Judy Zonbrecker.
Sarah.
Sarah Grimwood.
Nick.
Unmute Nick.
Nick, you're silent.
Nick Pappas.
Thanks, Nick. And Ed Nardi is absent this evening. First order of business are the minutes for October 21. Did anybody have any significant alterations?
I submitted some typos to
Yeah,
Karen.
I did that too. Yeah.
I move that we accept the minutes with as amended.
Second.
Greg is frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Can you hear us, Greg?
Maybe he's having technical issues.
Colleen, do you have his number that you can text him maybe?
Actually don't, but I know Delia's on standby.
Yeah, because I don't think I have his number either. Let me
I may,
check.
hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
he
gone
just-
out. Maybe he'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm texting him.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Oh, here he comes again. Let's see.
Does he come? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, he's back on.
I should be back. Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Still
we had
waiting
a
on-
move. We had a
Oh, there you
move.
go.
for second
Yeah.
minutes.
We had moved and seconded, and we got to vote on the minutes. Okay, yes? I don't know what happened there. Nick,
Yes.
Sarah,
Aye.
Judy,
Yes.
and I'm I as well. Moving right along, we have two continuances. Can somebody please make a motion?
I move that we continue to January 6th without discussion. NOI for Middlesex School, 1400 Lowell Road, DEP file number 1371545. And notice of intent for Shaw, 43 Old Bedford Road, DEP file number 1371504.
Do I have a second?
Yes.
Thanks, Sarah. All those in favor, Nick,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
and I'm I as well. That brings us to the active part of the meeting, which is 150 Garfield Road, DEP file number 1371524. Who is here this evening to speak on that?
Hi, Casey Ferrara from Howard.
Casey. Hi, Casey.
How are you all?
You should be able to, can you let him, Colleen, show his
Yeah, can you,
You should be able to hit
the
your
ability, yeah, to share
video.
your screen, I mean, yeah.
Yes, just
Okay,
give me one moment to pull up the plans.
Oh,
Oh,
so
last one was
I'll,
the-
I can pull up the plans. It's just
Colleen will
an,
do the plans,
Okay.
Casey. All you have to do is put your picture on the,
Oh,
so
put
we
my
can
picture.
see
I
you
gotcha.
if
Okay,
you want to.
awesome. Hello.
There you go. So we had
um,
a few things involved with this, but we've resolved most of them, have we? Talk to me.
Yeah, so the last meeting, December 2nd, there were a few comments. We went through the plan set. What we walked away with was removing the 2 Norway maples, which we have now marked to be removed. I boldened the existing septic system. And I also surrounded it in orange construction fencing so that it cannot be run over by machinery. It'll be known where it is. And there were 2 details that you'd like added to the plan. One was a straw wattle reinforced with sill fence. I replaced all of the erosion controls to be the straw wattle backed with silt fence. And then the last thing was adding a tree protection detail.
Yep,
And those
Good.
have all been added to the plan.
yep.
I should note the Norway maples are also marked for the root systems to remain in place in the stump.
Okay. Yep, good. Well, that's what we asked for, and I think the only thing and I think your owner knows this. There is an outstanding COC that hasn't been recorded in the registry.
Correct. So we are taking care of that. The registries are currently closed for people to go in, only drop off. So I have sent them the instructions for mailing, and I believe they mailed it out today.
Oh, good. We're giving you a month to do, we were going to have a stipulation that, you know, give you a month to do that, but we'd like to just obviously get that resolved. But if you've already done it, that's wonderful.
It is in the mail. I don't know what the timeline is for the registry to actually take care of it.
Yeah.
We're required to give a return envelope so we can get it back and give you the evidence.
Correct.
So I don't, like I said, I don't know what the timeline is going to be, especially with COVID. I assume a lot of people are going to be mailing in rather than going in.
Yeah. But
So
it comes back fairly quickly. I mean, they're pretty efficient.
it has in the past when we've had to do it. So
Yeah. Do you think they could return it in a month?
I believe the last time I did it, which was pre-COVID, it was a 2 to 3 week return time. I don't know what their volume is going to be. I would hope they can do it within a
We
month.
Are they
have an
closing?
order
Are they
on-
closing for the holidays at all? Do you know?
We have, I was just thinking of that. Colleen, we have
Yeah.
we have an order of conditions are ready for this, right?
I thought it was
Yeah.
6 months that was in there, Greg. Maybe.
Well, it
am I-
was, and Delia and I talked, and Ed, we talked organizing this meeting, and we just thought 6 months is so far out that people would even forget to do it then. I mean, there's just no, so we thought a month or two, and I was thinking, Colleen,
Okay.
maybe given the nature of the fact that we've got holidays in the interim, maybe we should make it 2 months.
I think that would be safe.
And well, the mail system has been slow too.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, usually they post it on their website sooner
Here's
than
a-
later in the registry, but I mean, we can certainly make a copy of that from the registry, but if you feel like 2 months is more adequate, maybe.
it
we
just seems that, you know, with, you know, here we are letting somebody know, let's say she just got it back from Casey and she's looking at it and she wants, you know, and doesn't get it off until the end of next week, then it's, you know, we might lose a week or two in the registry. And if it takes 3 to 4 weeks to do it anyways, I think we should do
Mhm.
2 months.
2 months, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
So
I
I
agree.
don't have the order. I have it, but I don't have it in front of me. If it says that we were just going to add that stipulation. So let's just, my advice would be to make it 2 months.
Okay.
So anybody else have any other commissioners on this? I mean, I think we've wrestled this bear for long enough.
Hmm.
Is there anyone out there in the public that wishes to speak on this matter? Please indicate such. Doesn't look like anybody. So if somebody has that order together and wants to
I have it in front of me.
Good, please.
So I'd like to make,
If we put that restriction in when you get there.
yes, I will. I was trying to see which special condition it was. Oh, it's the very first one. Got it.
Yeah, it should be
Um,
20.
Yes. I make a motion to issue an order of conditions for 150 Garfield Road, DEP file 1371524 with findings A, regular findings 1 through 19, or standard findings 1 through 19, and special conditions 20 through 53 with special condition number 20 amended such that the applicant has 2 months to close out the outstanding permit, which is DEP file 1371375.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Sarah. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor? Nick,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
and I'm I as well. Thank you, Casey, very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your holidays, please.
You as well. Take care.
Okay, where does that bring us? That brings us up to Concord Carlisle High School, RDA
Mhm.
20-20. Jared, are you speaking on this?
I don't think I'll be speaking. I'll be answering
You
questions, I think,
You just did.
Colleen and Russ. But I'll start by introducing myself, Jared Stanton, Director of Finance and Operations for the schools.
I'm
And Russ
Colleen
Hughes.
Fowler. So I'm here with my colleague Peter Spanos with Gale Associates, representing Jared and Russ Hughes with the Concord Public Schools. So we basically are just doing a maintenance project at the high school for their baseball and softball fields. It's our understanding that they've been having some significant drainage issues. So when their spring season comes, their baseball and softball teams are running into the issue of not really having their fields be playable. So our proposed work is just to kind of scarify and nail drag the existing clay infields. And there's only 2 of them that are within the 100-foot buffer zone. We're not
Yeah.
proposing any change to the usage of the facilities, and we don't have any work within 50-foot buffer zone of the wetland. So it'll just kind of be regrading to achieve the proper drainage so that they can better utilize the fields for their school teams.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be a pretty, just a couple of things. There are some outstanding issues there from the, request. You don't have certificate of compliances for the work that's been done over the last few years there. And I think at some point you need to rectify that and move that needle if you could. We're sort of waiting, like what happens there. And
yeah, hi everyone. I'm Russ Hughes. I'm the facilities manager for the school district, and Colleen Pizzazz, I can't pronounce your last name. Did I get?
Who's this? Yeah.
Who's this? She sent me those open DEP file numbers. So I was just able today, actually, I was able to contact the engineers of record and ask them for assistance to close these out. They're quite old. I mean, they're going back to 2011 for sewer realignment, 2012 for the demo and reconstruction of the high school. And then there was one from 2014 to do some turf work out in the fields.
Yep.
So I was, like I said, I was not with the district at the time. I'm new, and I don't think Jared wasn't there either, but I was able to backtrack and find out who the engineering firms working, and they're waiting to hear back. So
Good. Yep. Well, we just, at some point, we'll get it resolved.
Yeah.
The other thing that was noticed out there in the field was that the erosion control materials that were out there, they're still out there. And we thought in a discussion with Delia she and I thought it would be proper, and Colleen was on the discussion, to leave them there while all this work is done, and then maybe at some point, that would be something that sort of gather the whole thing together at that time. So that would be something to realize we'd be looking for when you finish up this project.
Okay.
I mean, it's common sense, but.
Yeah, I was gonna,
Now and then putting more out.
Yes.
That'd be insane.
I was gonna request that, but okay, thanks.
Yeah, well, I think that makes sense. Does the commission, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, reclaying the infield. Yeah, Judy, please.
Yeah, I was just curious, when will the work take place?
We're planning on doing it either late spring, early summer next year. I
Okay.
think they want to be able to use the fields at the end of next summer for some summer camps.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Any other questions? Going out to the public, anybody out there in the public land have any thoughts, questions, comments? If not, do I have a motion?
I make a motion to issue a negative determination of applicability number 3 with the following conditions. Number 1, a pre-construction site visit shall be held with the DNR staff and the contractor to review erosion controls, silt fence, and staked straw wattles and limits of work. Number 2, the applicant shall file requests for certificate of compliance for DEP files number 137-1148, 137-1181, and 137-1258 within 6 months of this determination. And number 3, after the project has been completed, the applicant shall submit a letter to the NRC stating that all work has been conducted in accordance with all conditions of this determination of applicability. Any changes from the RDA shall be described, and this is for file RDA file 20-20 for Concord Carlisle Regional High School at 500 Walden Street.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Sarah. Any further discussion? Seeing none. Nick,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
and I'm I as well. Fix those fields, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
You too.
Moving right along, 26 Elm Street. NOI file number 137-1549. Who is here to speak on behalf?
I'm Chris Austin, the homeowner at 26
Chris.
Elm Street. Good evening.
Welcome.
I also have Lisa Damiak, who's the architect on the project.
Welcome.
Thanks. So this evening, we're asking for approval to remove an existing garage that has some serious structural issues and replace it with a new garage, as well as repair or replace the driveway in front of the garage. My understanding is that the garage is inside the wetlands buffer zone in the riverfront resource area. And I think the best thing is probably to hand it over to Lisa, who can be much more technical on the issues than I can.
Well, thank you very much. Hi, I'm Lisa Damiak. I'm from Nishatic Architects. This property is a little bit difficult. We have historic districts, NRC, and also ZBA. There's no really other good location to replace this garage. It's not in good shape, and so what we're proposing is to essentially build it in the exact same footprint. The roof dimension will stay exactly the same. We're trying to widen the garage by about 9 inches. And to do that, we actually, there's a concrete pad behind the garage, the existing garage that holds the air conditioner condensers. And we're proposing to remove that big pad and replace it with just pads, individual pads under the air conditioning unit. And so that kind of gives us the delta of making the garage a little bit bigger in width. The zoning bylaws say if we're going to put an accessory building on the site, we want to be within 5 feet of the property line, that we have to have the garage completely behind the house, which would be difficult because then we would be getting closer to the wetlands and closer to the riverfront. So we're essentially proposing to do kind of replace almost in kind. Basically, that'll be the same footprint. The existing driveway needs some repair, so we're proposing to either repair it or replace it in kind, with just the idea that the last 4 inches of the current driveway edge would become cobblestone edging. So square footage wise, I think we are trading, I think we have 30 extra square feet in the garage, or 27 extra feet in the garage, and 30 feet that we are giving back. So the offset delta is about 3 square feet. So we're staying
Talking about
within our,
impervious.
yes, impervious area within in the 200-foot setback. We had looked at other options, going on the other side of the garage. If we were going to, the house, if we were going to try and push it fully behind the garage to be within the zoning, we would again be getting closer. So, the historic district isn't going to want us to push it closer to the street. We did by like an inch pull it further away from the river, because the garage is now like 30.1 feet deep, and we're making it 37.1 feet deep, and we're making it 37 feet. So it's not really much, but we're not going any closer than it currently is.
Now, where are you in your, just a question I have, where are you in your permitting process with HDC and appeals?
So we have everything into HDC. We had our first meeting. Because of the snowstorm tomorrow, they asked to come out to the site this morning. So tomorrow is the HDC meeting. We've had indications that they don't really have any issues with the project. So we're hoping that that passes tomorrow night without an issue, and then we'd be moving on to, after we finish with NRC, we'd be moving on to ZBA, because and ZBA has to be done last, so we have to do you and HDC first.
Well, I asked that question because I'm not exactly sure that I completely agree with you, and yes, we can approve this. The problem could come to you if appeals makes you make some alterations. You would then have to refile with us. So is it your intent to leave this open, or do you want us to close and you'll just roll the dice?
Well, I have talked to Ray Matty, the building inspector, about this, and because we have the hardship of getting closer to the wetlands and the riverfront, he's basically saying that it shouldn't really be an issue, because there's no other place on the property to put a new garage to make it conforming.
And so to answer my question, I'll answer it myself. Then you are seeking a decision this evening that I just want Chris to understand that you're rolling the dice, that if HDC or the appeals alters this plan, you will have to refile and come back to us. Many times what happens is you leave, we'll get, I just want to get this point across. You would get a thumbs up from us as well. And if nothing changes, you just come back to us the meeting right after you get all your appeals says, yeah, you're okay. And then we say, yeah, and then we issue and there's no problem. It sounds like you could roll the dice here, but I just want Chris to know what this all means. Should we approve it tonight? You are then locked into this plan. Any alterations, and it's doubtful that another board will listen to the fact that you froze yourself in is a reason you can't do what they want. So it's yours.
Right, absolutely. No. I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm assuming Chris agrees, but Chris, do you have an opinion about that?
So Lisa, you're suggesting we keep it open, or
Yes, so,
I think because when's your next meeting?
The 6th of January.
And so we would really, but I think the
When is the
zoning board
appeals?
would be after that probably, right, Lisa?
yeah, so the Board of Appeals isn't going to be until February, beginning of February.
I mean, you're not starting the work. It doesn't sound like, given the weather tomorrow and stuff. I just don't want you to have to pay the
Yeah.
money, file
Sure.
all over again, do that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that's
Appreciate it.
great. You know, it's hard to know which order, you know, everything kind of relies on everything
Well, no,
else.
you've
so-
done it right. You've done it right,
Yep.
because if we make you move something, you can't go to the Board of Appeals and then if you, once they approve this, that's the same issue in reverse. If we make you change,
Sure,
you're up the
Mhm.
creek.
sure.
That's why they want us to, but,
Plus, we meet more often than they do.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, frankly, Chris, you wouldn't even have to come in front of us. You would let Delia and Colleen know. They would put it on an agenda item. We would bring it up and the thing was there. So it's that light of lifting unless there are changes. And if there are changes, you come back and tell us why the Board of Appeals wanted it and we adjust that and you don't suffer.
Greg, I appreciate it. Sounds very sensible. I think that's
Yeah.
the right course of action, and I appreciate the suggestion.
Yeah,
I agree.
all right.
I agree. That sounds great.
Now that I've gone through that whole spiel, does the rest of the committee have any questions? The commission?
No.
Let's go out to the public to see. Anybody out there in the hinterlands in the public have any thoughts in this regard? So I would say, Chris, we can continue this. Colleen, do you have the calendar of, wouldn't be
I just-
January 6th because he's not doing appeals until February. So maybe the second meeting of February?
So it might be, still trying to get used to this new calendar year. February 3rd.
So if we go 14 more days, it'd be the 17th.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be, or, well, why don't we do the 3rd and we may have to continue one out just in case you get it done in advance.
That would be great.
Sure.
And is there any specific note that sort of references this discussion and that continuance?
Certainly our minutes.
Um,
And been known to be unethical, but the rest of the commission here is a pretty ethical group.
All right, fair enough.
It's just that we do that because there are sometimes people come back and they say, oh, the Board of Appeals wanted us to do X. I mean, even if you made it smaller, you'd have to refile.
One thing, I
Okay.
was just looking,
Okay.
I was just looking at the agendas and it looks like there's a ZBA meeting on December 17th.
Yes, we're not on that agenda
not-
yet. We're
okay.
filing at the beginning of January.
So we'll go out to February 3rd.
Mhm.
And if you need to continue till the whatever, it's the 17th, so be
yeah.
it. You
Hold
know?
on, let me just double check the meeting dates though before we clarify that one.
Okay.
Okay, so we got January 20th, yeah, February 3rd, February 17th.
So let's go to the 3rd and we'll, all right.
Good, and we may have a good indication. We'll certainly know from the historic district, and we may have a very good indication from the appeals board. So that may work out just fine.
Exactly. Okay.
Terrific.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays to you too. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
evening.
Happy holidays. Take care.
Wait, was that February 3rd or February 17th? Just making sure.
3.
Okay. Okay, yep.
Do we need a
Okay.
motion for that, Greg? To
Excuse me?
continue it?
Yeah.
Do we need a motion for this?
No,
No? Okay.
the petitioner requests to February 3rd
Perhaps.
and we
I
allow.
don't know if it would hurt making a motion.
Oh, go ahead, Judy. If it we usually don't, but go ahead, do it just in case.
Well, I thought for some reason we had started doing it just recently, so that's why I asked.
That's why I'm urging us to do it because I
Yeah.
know we're zigging and zagging without the Supreme Allied Commander here.
I know. I make a
You get
motion
elected.
that we continue the hearing for DEP file 137, what's the? final one?
1549.
349,
1549.
like Greg said, which is 26 Elm Street, to February 3rd.
Do I have a second?
Second,
Thank you, Nick. All those in favor, Sarah,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
I'm I as well. Good luck. Hope we don't have to see you back.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
All right, moving right along. We need to close and issue Bird and Kennedy at 536 Lowell Road, DEP file number 137-1548. Is that all ready to go?
Is.
We need a motion, yes?
Make a motion that we close and issue DEP file 137-1548, which is 536 Lowell Road.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Sarah. All those in favor, Sarah,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
I'm I as well. We have some COCs, 3 of them. They're all set, Colleen?
Yes, they are.
Bentley is a partial, yes?
Yeah, they still have invasive species monitoring and restoration plantings.
So let's do these independently because Bentley has to be a partial. Do I have a motion for a certificate of compliance on 137-1494?
I'll move that we issue a certificate of compliance for Bentley Building Corporation, 174 Wright Road, DEP file number 1371494,
As a partial.
as a partial.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Judy. Judy, how say you?
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
and I'm I as well. Okay, that jumps to 577, 599 Monument Street. We're all set with that one? Colleen, everything's done? I
Yep.
need a motion.
I move that we issue a certificate of compliance for COT 577-599 Monument Street, DEP file number 1371388.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Judy. All those in favor, Sarah,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
and I'm I as well. Welcome, Lee.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, but you've just got your COC, so rejoice.
Thank you very much.
It's that time of the season.
Thank you.
Okay, moving along to
Okay, I-
Concord Museum.
Move that we issue a certificate of compliance for Concord Museum, 200 Lexington Road, DEP file number 1371351.
Second.
Thank you, Sarah. All those in favor, Sarah,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
and I'm I as well. Wishing you all happy holidays. I'm looking for a motion.
I move that we end this 33-minute meeting.
I think this is a record.
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, just raise your hand. We're not doing this. I can see you all. It is unanimous to adjourn. Happy holidays, folks.
Happy
Thank
holidays.
you. Have a great
Thank you,
time.
Colleen.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Stay safe.